Wait. Stop scrolling. Because what I'm about to tell you could literally save you $9,000 on one of the most popular SUVs in Canada right now. $9,000. That is not a typo. That is not a limited time gimmick buried in the fine print. That is real money that Toyota and the Canadian government are handing to buyers of the 2026 RAV4 PHEV. And most Canadians have absolutely no idea this is happening. I've been covering the Canadian auto market for years, and I can tell you honestly, deals like this don't come around often. In fact, the last time we saw savings stack up like this, the program ran out of money and disappeared overnight. Sound familiar? Yeah, that happened. And it could happen again. So before you walk into any dealership, before you sign anything, before you even test drive a competitor, you need to watch this video first. Let's get into it. Here's the situation. Canada just launched a brand new federal program called the Electric Vehicle Affordability Program, or EVAP. It replaced the old EVAP program that ran out of funding back in March of 2025. The government came back with a budget of over $2 billion and a single mission: make EVs and plug-in hybrids actually affordable for everyday Canadians. The rebate is $5,000. Simple, clean, and applied directly at the point of purchase. But here's where it gets interesting, and this is the part that most people are missing completely. Toyota looked at the RAV4 PHEV's base price, which was sitting just above that $50,000 eligibility threshold, and they made a decision. They dropped the price themselves by nearly $4,000 to push it under that cap. So now the RAV4 PHEV qualifies for the full federal $5,000 rebate. You take Toyota's $4,000 price cut, add the government's $5,000 EVAP rebate, and suddenly you are looking at $9,000 in total savings on one of the best-selling SUVs in this country. Real, beautiful, wallet-friendly math. Now let's talk about what the RAV4 PHEV actually is, because savings mean nothing if the vehicle doesn't deliver. This is a plug-in hybrid SUV that runs on both a gasoline engine and an electric motor. In electric-only mode, you get enough range for most daily commutes without burning a single drop of fuel. Grocery runs, school pickups, the morning commute, all electric. And when you need to take it further, the gasoline engine kicks in seamlessly and gives you the full range and confidence of a traditional SUV. No range anxiety, no compromises. You get the best of both worlds. The 2026 RAV4 PHEV pushes out a combined system output that puts it well ahead of the standard RAV4 in terms of performance. We are talking noticeably quicker acceleration, smoother power delivery, and a driving experience that feels more refined and modern. Toyota has been refining this platform for years, and it shows. The suspension soaks up rough Canadian roads without complaint. The cabin is quiet and well built. And the AWD system, which comes standard on the PHEV, gives you the confidence you need whether you're driving through a Toronto snowstorm or navigating a gravel road up north. This is a vehicle built for Canada. Full stop. Inside, Toyota has packed the RAV4 PHEV with a technology setup that actually makes sense. The infotainment screen is large and responsive, with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so you're never fumbling with cables. The driver assistance suite is comprehensive. Lane keeping, adaptive cruise control, automatic emergency braking, and blind spot monitoring are all part of the package. Toyota's safety technology has always been a strong point, and the 2026 model takes it even further. For families, for commuters, for anyone who spends a significant amount of time behind the wheel, this is a genuinely well-thought-out package. Let's talk fuel economy, because this is where the PHEV formula absolutely destroys the competition for Canadian drivers. If you're charging regularly at home, and with a level 2 home charger, that's a 20 to 30 minute top-up overnight. Your real-world fuel costs drop dramatically. Many RAV4 PHEV owners report going weeks without visiting a gas station on their regular daily routes. And when gas prices in Canada are doing what they always seem to do, that kind of independence from the pump is priceless. Over a 3 or 5 year ownership period, the fuel savings alone could easily match or exceed that $9,000 upfront discount. Now here is where I want to be completely honest with you, because that is what this channel is about. The RAV4 PHEV is not the only vehicle getting discounts right now. Kia is doing something similar with the Niro EV, stacking their own rebate with the government incentive for a combined $10,000 off. So there is competition in this space, and it is worth comparing. But here is the thing. The RAV4 PHEV is not trying to be a full EV. It is a bridge vehicle for the millions of Canadians who are not ready to go full electric yet. People who live in condos without dedicated charging. People who drive long distances regularly. People who just want the option to use gas when they need it. For that enormous segment of the Canadian market, the RAV4 PHEV is the single smartest buy available right now. And Toyota's reputation in Canada is something you simply cannot ignore. Reliability surveys, resale value rankings, long-term ownership costs. Toyota consistently tops them all. When you buy a RAV4, you are not just buying a vehicle, you are buying a decade of relatively stress-free ownership. Dealership networks across the country mean you are never far from service. Parts availability is never a concern. And when it comes time to sell or trade in, a Toyota badge on a PHEV in 2026 is going to hold its value in a way that many competitors simply cannot match. Here is the most important thing I want you to take away from this video. The EVAP program has a budget. $2 billion sounds like a lot, until you realize how quickly Canadians move when a good deal is on the table. The last federal EV incentive program ran dry and disappeared overnight. If history repeats itself, and in the Canadian auto market, it usually does, the window on this $9,000 saving is not going to stay open forever. Toyota's own price cut could also be adjusted at any time. These are manufacturer decisions that can change with the next model year announcement or the next quarterly pricing review. So if you have been sitting on the fence about upgrading to a plug-in hybrid, if you have been watching fuel prices and wondering whether the switch makes financial sense, if you have been comparing the RAV4 against the CR-V or the Tucson or the Escape PHEV, this is your sign. The numbers right now, in May 2026, for the 2026 Toyota RAV4 PHEV in Canada, are as good as they are likely to get for the foreseeable future. $9,000. Real savings, real vehicle, real deadline. Do not let this one slip past you. If you found this video useful, hit that subscribe button, because we cover exactly this kind of deal-breaking Canadian auto news every single week, right here on CarWow Canada. Drop a comment below. Are you considering the RAV4 PHEV? Or is there another PHEV you want me to put it up against? I read every single one.